Hey, I'm Jenny Bradley with Triangle Smart Divorce in Cary, North Carolina. I'm going to talk a little today about grandparents and custody and visitation and what rights do they have to either. So the first thing you need to understand is the United States Constitution says that parents have the fundamental right to parent their children. And that sounds like a lot of gibberish, a lot of legalese, but it's really important to understand because it's a lot of what North Carolina law is based upon. When can grandparents seek custody? When can grandparents seek visitation? And the answer is, of course, it depends. So let's discuss the distinction between custody and visitation. And even though visitation is usually thought of as a lesser form of custody, because that's what our law says, it's really different in the context of grandparents. When we're talking about custody, we're talking about taking the children from their parents and the grandparents being the primary custodian of the children. Whereas with visitation, we're talking about perhaps a weekend every month, or a dinner visit, or the right to be able to take a summer vacation, or do some of the things perhaps your family has enjoyed in the past together. But doing that superior to the rights of either parent for that visitation time. I'm not talking about a situation where you tack on your visitation to your adult child's visitation because you guys get along and you want to do things together anyway. This is independent, standalone time for grandparents. So what can you do as a grandparent if you think you should have custody of the children or you want to have your independent visitation time? Well, first of all, again, it depends on the situation. Just because you're a grandparent doesn't mean you have automatic custody rights or automatic visitation rights with your grandchildren. And I know that's really sad, and a lot of people don't like to hear that. I'm sorry, that's the law in North Carolina. So if you and the two parents of the children can't agree as to what you should get, you have to go with the law of North Carolina. So let me tell you a little bit about that. To get custody, you have to prove basically that both parents are unfit, that they don't have their constitutionally protected rights anymore, that they've given up those rights by their actions, or they've allowed you into their lives to be able to raise the children, and really it's just a formality of the court recognizing that relationship. So something has to happen there to give up their constitutionally protected rights. That could be abuse, it could be drug abuse, physical abuse, very damaging emotional abuse. Obviously, it could be that someone's in prison and not able to be a custodian. Someone has disappeared, somebody is no longer around, somebody just doesn't want a relationship with their child or has abandoned them. Those types of things. Those are pretty extreme cases, and we don't see those very often. Unfortunately, sometimes we do. The one that comes up more is visitation. And sometimes grandparents think, I can just file a visitation lawsuit and get visitation time. And that's not true either in North Carolina. There has to be an ongoing custody dispute between the parents for you to be able to file a motion to get into that case to seek your independent visitation time. You can't just say, hey, these two parents don't want me to see the kid, so I want my time. No, there has to be a dispute between them. There has to be something with the court for you to intervene in, for the court to acknowledge you and decide whether or not you should have visitation. But it's also important to know that just because you're a grandparent and just because there is a dispute going on, that still doesn't automatically qualify you to get visitation. A judge would have to determine it would be in the children's best interest that you should. So there are a lot of steps to go through, and it's not as easy as people are making it look online and in certain Facebook groups. So be sure you contact a lawyer if you have questions about this, because it's a very technical, precise area of the law.